As the title says, don't throw out your old MagSafe chargers. In this video, we're covering how to use your old MagSafe 1 or 2 charger to charge your new USB C Macbooks or even devices like iPhones, iPads, Nintendo Switches, and virtually any USB C or Lightning device. This is virtually a necessity, since as Lisa once put it, it's
100% renewable energy.
Let's reuse and recycle those old Apple chargers. Mine comes stowed away in an old box. Let's cover the adapters necessary for such a setup. I also bought a MagSafe 1 charger for this video. We'll cover the adapters necessary, share some charts so you see how fast this would charge different devices, perform a variety of tests using Lightning and USB C devices, seeing how much this heats up in average day-to-day usage, and a few MagSafe tests. One more thing we cover is an accessory to make your USB C MacBook or MacBook Pro MagSafe. At the end of this video, you should hopefully have a better understanding of how we can use old MagSafe 1 and 2 chargers for almost any device without having them lay around the house and putting them to good use. Let's get started. The main adapter we're going to use is the JevTech USB C to MagSafe 1 and 2 adapter. This kind of adapter can be great if your cables are cable managed and tucked away and you don't want to disconnect your charger every time. Since Apple's older screens also came with their own charger plugs, you could add this adapter to the cable and charge your new MacBook with Apple's older screen. If you're on the road and don't want to bring chargers for everything, you can bring just one spare MagSafe charger and this adapter, as I'll show you shortly. This comes in a pretty simple, straightforward, and clean package in a pretty cerulean blue. For this video, we're also unboxing the Sidecar USB C MagSafe adapter, which is here for general testing and will provide another level of MagSafe detachment should one trip on the cable. Inside the box, aside from one of those Amazon gift card bribes to give 5 stars, we have the adapter itself as well as a convenient, easy removal tool. But I found it's quite useless and it's better to use a fingernail. The metal piece goes in your laptop and you connect whatever accessory you would like, the power cable or USB-C hub, into the gray part. Spoiler, the adapter actually works pretty well. Looks pretty great. It attaches and detaches fairly easily. And with the extra pins, you can connect up to a 4K at 60Hz screen as well as a ton of USB accessories, or even a USB-C hub. It supports up to full USB-C capabilities, but not Thunderbolt, so keep that in mind. Looping back around to MagSafe 1 and 2, we're digging out the old wasted adapter. When MagSafe 1 and 2 stopped being on newer laptops, it did not mean the end of these handy power adapters. In this video, the same adapter is compatible with MagSafe 1 and 2. I already had a MagSafe 2 charger laying around. For the purposes of this video, I bought a MagSafe 1 adapter to be thorough with tests as well. This is a generic adapter and can be found online for around $20 to $30. The setup without the little dongle adapter is a straightforward process. The USB-C connector goes to the MacBook Air, Regular, or Pro, and to the flat metallic intercompatible connector, you can connect MagSafe 1, as shown here, and MagSafe 2, as shown. Note that with either MagSafe 1 or 2 power adapters connected, the little green light might not necessarily come on, but that's not a sign of it not working. With the little dongle to add MagSafe to any USB-C, you can either connect your regular power brick with USB-C into the gray connector piece and put the easily removable, I might add, little metallic piece in the USB-C connector. Shown here is us connecting 2 layers of MagSafe for extra MagSafe insurance. A good question at this point to ask would be, does this block other USB-C ports? The answer is a decided no. Fits great and no extraneous protrusion. Here's a demo. Both MagSafe 1 and 2 worked with the little dongle adapter and the JevTech adapter on both a MacBook Air and a MacBook Pro. Here are the wattage ratings and how these convert. This might seem like a lot of wattages, so the simple version is all MagSafes on the lower end at 45 watts charge at the full speed that the devices can handle. Higher power MagSafe 1 and 2 chargers charge at 15 watts less than their wattages, which is adequate for 13-inch and most 15-inch MacBook Pros, and a bit slower for 16-inch MacBook Pros. In short, unless you have a top-of-the-line MacBook Pro 16-inch, this will charge most MacBook models at close if not at full speed. I should mention that you can charge a MacBook Pro 16-inch with a 12-watt iPad brick, which I've personally done, so you don't need the full 87 watts of charging in the biggest Apple brick. The only difference is speed, and you'll only ever see your battery drain with a charger less than 87 watts if you're doing highly demanding tasks like gaming or video rendering. Power adapters lower than 87 watts will still charge larger devices. In daily use, I did not encounter substantial heat generated by either the MagSafe to USB adapter nor by the MagSafe USB-C port adapter. The small USB-C connector generates little to no heat. The JeffTech gets slightly warm to the touch, but it's still not as warm as USB-C docks, and not nearly as warm as some Thunderbolt 3 drives get. Out of a general curiosity, I hooked up both the JeffTech directly to a MacBook Air and MacBook Pro, and then to a MacBook Air and to a MacBook Pro using the little USB C MagSafe dongle, and then very scientifically recreated accidentally tripping over the cable. I didn't prepare any specific charts for this part of the video, since I just wanted to get a high-level idea of how MagSafe holds up. On my MacBook Pro, the USB-C port is a little looser, so in one scenario, the entire assembly actually came out. But since it didn't yank the laptop off of the table, the results were adequate. I would trust having either one of these adapters any day connected to a USB-C MacBook over just having the standard Apple charger connected. If you're wondering whether this is compatible with almost any other USB-C device, the answer is a resounding yes. However, this isn't a Ruslan video without testing the limits and seeing what else works. For this part, let's whip out another small adapter, a no-name generic USB-C to Lightning adapter in my box of useful accessories. As we can see, we just plop this onto the end of the USB-C connector, and voila, we can charge iPhones and iPads with the setup as well, with the original MagSafe 1 and 2. This is what I was alluding to earlier when I was referencing bringing one MagSafe power brick and then bringing just a few adapters to charge all of your accessories on the go, instead of chargers for individually everything. I wouldn't be thorough if I didn't mention that this actually did not work charging the AirPods Max, unfortunately. Bringing this back to traveling, to bring this along with you, you can either swap the JeffTech adapter around between MagSafe chargers or buy one for each MagSafe power brick that you have laying around. I'm going with the former because it's a slightly better value as opposed to investing $20 for each adapter, but if convenience is the top priority, then buying an adapter per power brick is a solution. Compared to the cost of buying an entirely new USB-C power brick, this becomes a solid value proposition. Let me know what else you try this adapter out with, since this is USB-C, and here are some ideas. And let me know if you'd like to see a follow-up video where we test the original MagSafe on Windows laptops or any of the devices above. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for subscribing, and I hope you all, as always, have a terrific day. Ruslan out.